So I was watching this video of LeBron James, the Lakers versus the Clippers, where the fans are chanting flopper to LeBron James. Now, here's the funny thing. When I first saw the video, I was laughing at the video because I'm like, wow, LeBron is acting. And I've seen this shit before many times. But what was funny is my son was asking me, did I hear anything about a video about LeBron or saw a game where he was being called a flopper? I said, yeah. And when I went to type the search in, man, there was over 100 videos of people complaining about LeBron flopping around. And we've always known he does that. So I'm like, let me say this, because my son plays basketball. And nobody respects that. For a LeBron fan to say something as stupid as, yeah, man, but that's smart basketball. No, it's not smart basketball. It's called cheating. It's called lying. And if you have to pull dirty things like that to try to win, it's like, come on, man. We just saw a team play that is a team that my son's team has beaten. Like every time they played, they beat them. But we saw a game where the game came down to the wire. They were back and forth, and literally a bogus call got the win. There was no foul on that play. And the thing was, behind closed doors, the kid even said, they didn't foul me, but hey, man, you know, right? Okay. It's like people trying to be technical with Usyk getting hit in the gut and lying, saying he got hit in his nuts, when we know damn well that punch hit him. I don't care. To try to be technical and say, yeah, but it was below the belt line. No, I don't care. If I jack my damn trunks up to where the belt line of my trunks are on my damn abdomen, okay, and I get hit below the belt, but the punch itself, even below the belt, lands to my gut or my lower abs, that's not getting hit in the nuts. That's not getting hit in the nuts. So, you know, Usyk pretended, it worked for him, and look at what happened. You see, Usyk got up and he finished the fight, whereas Dubois couldn't finish it. But the truth of the matter is, Usyk lied and flopped. Okay, he flopped around and pretended. You know, there's a lot of players like Tiny Archibald used to do that shit. I remember people, I can't stand Tiny Archibald. You know, played for the Celtics, man, and Tiny Archibald was known for flopping around like that. And people used to complain about Tiny doing that shit. So why does LeBron supposed to get a pass? It's all this whole stupid debate between him and Jordan, which, as far as I'm concerned, is worthless, and who cares? They all had their time, but at the same time, you don't catch Jordan flopping around like that. You know, that whole, the Jordan rule, like, man, listen, you guys are talking about the referees making the decision to blow the whistle. You type in the search, you won't find no flop plays by Jordan. Now, Dennis Rodman and other people would flop around on you know, defense and pretend like they got, you know, certain things. We've seen different people do these type of things. Jordan wasn't one of them. But at the same time, if you got to do all of that just to get some points, what does that mean? And let's just be real. There's a lot of people right now that's like, man, I'm getting sick of LeBron. Why don't he just retire, man? This motherfucker old as hell, blah, 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 this, that. See, greed will make people turn on you. Because at the end of the day, I don't really give a shit. I'm not here to debate any of it. Do I think, like I always say this, and until I see somebody different, I haven't seen one player that I feel was better than Michael Jordan. In no position. In no era of time. But if I felt like there was somebody I would say that shit. But I'm not going to be sitting up here debating and arguing over no fucking man. So I don't care how people see things, how they see that. But as far as seeing things for the truth, you know, and what's real, That's what I stand on. And I don't see how you can applaud and support the idea of somebody pretending to be hurt, somebody pretending, to be fouled, somebody pretending doing all of this just to, to win. It's like we saw this girl get to the point where, the track and field situation where this girl saw this girl passing her. She knew she couldn't catch her. She hit her in the back of the head with the baton and then lied and pretended that she lost her balance and my momentum carried me, and when my arm went forward, it got stuck on her back and I went like this and it hit her. But no, you went like this and you popped her and you looked at her and you didn't even stop. So, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. We have situations where people, they don't understand how to deal with reality. Like I told you, I don't care what basketball team I like, what football team, whatever it may have been. If they suck, they suck. Why do I need to lie and tell you? Like the Philadelphia Eagles just won the Super Bowl, right? This year. So let's say next year they suck. Why would the Philadelphia Eagle fans lie? Let's say next year they suck. And then you start bringing up, yeah, but we the Super Bowl. Okay, that's what y'all did last year. Okay, but what about this year? You still living off of last year? Because this season sucks? Like, why would I need to lie? I don't know. It's just something about people, man, that they just can't be honest about anything. Everything has to be an excuse. The way I see it, once you have built inside of you this bias, I have to lie and take the side of, someone to the point where I look like a complete ass because what I'm saying makes no sense. It doesn't add up. I don't see how you benefit from that. I don't see any good in that. I don't see how you don't feel foolish. We it just doesn't make sense. It's not necessary, and people, oh man, all of what LeBron did. Hey, listen, stop it. Okay, first of all of these players out there are contributing one way or another in terms of star power. You're making this guy rich. What the fuck you mean? Yeah, getting ratings and all that. The ratings have dropped considerably. LeBron can't save the ratings, and neither can anybody else in the NBA. These guys, the game of basketball is being played so stupidly, man. Like I said, I'm watching fucking centers taking jump shots. People run up, no ball movement, no creativity, no imagination. They just go out there. As soon as they get the ball, just launch the ball. They're three-point happy. And all they want to do is talk about stats and field goal percentage and who did make. Man, please. Bunch of just like street level basketball, man. Just running around, just shoot the ball. Goddamn, do you want to wait till you get rebounders down here before you go launch the ball like that? There's no such thing as a 5-pointer. But that's where they're shooting from. They like half court there, just run up, shooting the ball to where the form is not even right. Their form is them launching forward and just like, goddamn, this is basketball? Yeah, so like I said, I saw they said basketball, the NBA's lost 53% of its audience. Everything is about greed and money. Everything is about celebrity status. And, pretty much, yeah, it gets to the point where something runs its course and either it completely disappears or just it never reaches the height that it once was. And when you don't have a passion for what you do, you don't have love for what you compete in, and everything's about a paycheck, it'll show. It'll show. So yeah, man, they're calling him flopper now. And, it doesn't matter what you try to defend. It doesn't matter all the excuses you make up. These type of things don't help the sport. They taint it. It hurts the sport. And people get tired of watching something and hearing all these claims. And why does every freaking debate, why does this guy Kendrick Perkins and everybody, Steven, everything has to be a who's the GOAT every freaking week? That's all they talk about. Look, everybody has had their time, man. Dr. J had his time. Bird had his time. Barkley had his time. Magic had his time. Kareem had his time. Moses Malone has had his time. George Gervin has had his time. Everybody. Kobe Bryant has had his time. Okay, LeBron has had his time. He's just still here. Maurice Cheek, Scottie Pippen, all these people have had their time. And it goes on. Every freaking week, man, these guys, everything is who's the GOAT, who's the GOAT, who's the GOAT, who's the GOAT, who's the GOAT. Every fucking genre, somebody want to find a GOAT. I'm like, man, I really don't give a shit. Because at the end of the fucking day, man, time goes on. 20 years from now, 30 years from now, it'll be another player that somebody might be saying, oh, no, he's way better than Jordan. No, he's way better than it. Who cares? Who really cares? And people are so adamant about trying to get people to agree with their opinions. Who cares, man? Who cares who you think is the GOAT? I don't understand how you grown ass men don't even feel stupid. Yo, who you think's the GOAT? Get your goofy ass out of here, man. Who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT? And then it becomes a debate and an argument, and people bringing up stats. No. I'm really not sitting here arguing with you guys over no grown men. LeBron needs to stop flopping. He needs to fucking play the game, and if he can't fucking play the game on the same level because he's older or whatever, then just walk the fuck away. All this flip-flopping around and lying. I mean, the guy is literally lying, man. You know what? I can actually post that video for you guys where you can clearly see that this motherfucker didn't even get hit at all. This is the big play everybody's talking about. Nobody touched him at all. You can see he clearly went up. 3 guys tried to contest the shot. Nothing happened. He couldn't get the shot off the way he wanted to. He threw the ball up, and as he's coming down, nobody touched LeBron. But this is what he does. So, and for the record, let me say this. I remember Jordan being asked what year was the greatest Jordan ever. Jordan said a better question would be what Bulls team was the best version. And he gave the years or whatever and all. Jordan never even talked to him. Like, he listen, I believe Jordan in his mind knows he's that guy. Like, he knows that. Jordan, I've never heard him come out and say, I'm the greatest basketball player of all time. I've never heard him say it. I heard LeBron sit there, and it's some play that he made, and I remember it was a group of them. He goes, that's when I knew, like, I was the GOAT, like, because of that play. And I just, like, laughed, like, you guys sound like a bunch of little kids when y'all talk. You made this one play, and that one play made you the GOAT. Okay. Okay. Anyways, this is what we get. And him flopping all over the court like that and pretending to be fouled, just lying, making up shit. And I guess the referees wasn't in position to see what happened, but the fans surely saw it. The cameras saw it. This is exactly why they need to have instant replay in all sports. Therefore, we can see, no, that wasn't a low blow. No, he didn't really get hit in the head at all. No, there was no foul on that play. We need to have instant replay. We need to see. I feel like the people involved, they think controversy spice things up. Yeah, man, this and this and that. Imagine a rivalry. Now they lost the game due to a bullshit call, and now they're pissed off. They want to get their payback. Hey, they'll make more money in the rematch. Now, example of something, right? Look at the Tank Davis situation. Tank Davis, I don't know if that braid when he slapped him in the eye, if that stung his eye, if the little jab to the eye, let's say if he really had grease in his, that was in his eye, let's say. He still took a knee, and the referee failed to do his job. Now, Their pay-per-view did 200 and something thousand pay-per-view buys. The rematch, we'll see if the rematch will generate more interest. Now, we'll know if Lamont Roach has become a star or not due to those numbers. Why? Because if only 200 and something thousand people tuned in, and pretty much the majority of them, if not all of them, was to see Tank Davis, those numbers should be doubled. You understand what I mean? They should be doubled. If they have around the same amount of people, then we know, well, they're still not looking at Lamont Roach like he's a star. So we can assume and say things ahead of time, but no, we'd have to wait and see what happens. And my point in that is, you see, you need the right dance partner to keep putting really big numbers up. When you are that huge star and people are tuning in just to see you, mostly pretty much see you, the numbers should be a lot higher. But this shows you around how many people are really, how big Tank is, or how big he is and how big he isn't, based on even that right there. Now, too, in this economy, you got to also understand, people know that they can see replays, and a lot of people like, man, fuck that, I'm not paying that much money for no damn fight, or whatever it may be, so they'll watch the replay. There's a lot of things that we got to consider, factor in. Everything, you can't just say, oh, if people cared about them that much, they would buy. No, some people want to see things and they can't afford that shit. It's really simple. So what ends up happening is when people see something one way and they just repeat what they're told, they don't really see things through a wide lens, and they just repeat and say things without thinking. So when you look at my point, what I'm saying is, the interest that people have in what we'll have in this fight will show. The numbers will show. For the people that's really interested enough to say, okay, I'm gonna buy it. For the people that can't afford to buy it, or for the people that feel like I can, but I'm not buying it, it's too much, or whatever it may be, bottom line is, if they don't feel like it's just a must that I see this fight, we will see what the numbers will be later. And no different in the NBA, where the way the game of basketball is being played, and a lot of all this disrespect, where you have people talking about how nobody played defense back in the day, and how these teams would have killed the teams back in the day. They're talking about all this, they have all this high-tech equipment, and they make it seem like it's some fantasy land. If people talk that same shit in boxing, I say, y'all keep talking about the high-tech equipment that they have in this era of time. Yet, these fucking fighters can't even do 12 fucking rounds without being gassed by round 7 and 8. Yet, Ali and these guys fought 15 fucking rounds. What are you saying? Michael Jordan played a whole game with the flu and scored 50-something points. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? And that's one of the biggest flaws that a lot of people have in boxing right now. What do we talk about? Their stamina. Yet when they're training, you see them doing all these different techniques and all this high-tech equipment, yet they gassing out 7 and 8 rounds. So you tell me, I don't give a fuck what type of equipment you're using. If it's not helping you to go smoke those 12 rounds, then what are you doing? Just saying, y'all. Yeah. Flopper. That's LeBron's nickname. That's his new name. He confronted Stephen A. Smith a couple of, last week or whatever, about saying things about his son. Stephen A. Smith's response was, I wasn't really talking about your son, I was talking about you. Of course, his response was on video. And he was saying that he's putting pressure on his son by having him start in the game where he's not ready for that yet. And, and then having him out there, with his dad and all this stuff. And, at the same time, same era, all this. And he's like, it's not the same thing. It's too much pressure for Bronny because he's trying to walk in your footsteps and all that and blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, man, hopefully you don't have a story of Flopper and Flopper Jr., man, because stuff is embarrassing, man. And when I see it, it's just like, wow. I type in this search to find to show my son to see if that video is what he's talking about. And there's over 150 videos with LeBron flopping and people complaining about his flopping all over the place. Anyway, talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch you guys in the next video.